Okay, so first of all, I'm going to ask Mary Duncan, who's our special guest today. Mary is the operations manager from Hope for Food. It's a charity that a food bank that we've been supporting for the last 2 to 3 years. And Mary's just going to talk to us for about 10 minutes about how our donation has helped. So Mary, please give Mary a warm welcome.
Thank you very much, David, and I'm not particularly used to speaking with a microphone, so I do apologise at any time whether I fade in or out or I get incredibly loud. If you can't hear me at the back, I'm sure Sally will wave, because we know each other very well. And do you know what I've come here to do today is to say a huge, huge thank you. Because the charity that Eddie, my husband, and I are here to represent, which is Hope for Food, has benefited hugely from this group of people. So it is a huge thank you. And I will just say a few things about the charity so you know what's happened and why we do what we do. We're a local charity. We are a small charity. We are completely volunteer run and led. Nobody in our charity is paid. So a little bit like humanists, I suppose, we do what we do because we know it's the right thing to do. We've got a lot of volunteers, we've got a lot of very willing, very able volunteers who support people in the local community in two main ways. One is through community meals, which are in fact soup kitchens. We were told that we shouldn't call them soup kitchens anymore because it's a bit Dickensian. And I'm afraid my answer to that is, well, isn't it a bit Dickensian to have people sleeping on the streets? Isn't it a bit Dickensian to have people who can't feed themselves? Anyway, that's another issue. I could talk for hours. Anyway, we do feed these people. We collaborate with other charities in the area so that within Bournemouth there is somewhere every day of the week for those people who are homeless or vulnerably housed to get a hot meal. We have 2 days of those each week. One is a Thursday and one is a Sunday. And the numbers have gone up quite a lot recently. We are feeding about 70 people at a time. We used to average about 55. We're now on 70. And we had a bit of a nasty shock 2 weeks ago on a Sunday evening when 81 people turned up. Fortunately, that's died down a little bit. But we give them soup, we give them a hot meal, we give them cake, we give them sandwiches, we give them fruit, we give them whatever we can. And we also provide for them in ways like clothing, toiletries, bedding, all of that sort of thing. So that's one of the aspects that we do. I will concentrate a little bit more on the other aspect of the charity, which is because we work as a food bank. And the food bank is the area in which you have helped us hugely because you were able to provide us with a huge amount of food that goes into our food parcels. And what I've done this afternoon is I've just brought along, and it's on the end of the table over there, just a little example of what we put into a food parcel. It's basic. It's not going to feed a family for a week, but it's a basic parcel, and quite honestly, they really do need it. Currently, we are doing about 160 families per week. These families are all referred to us. So we don't operate as a community fridge, we are a food bank and people have to be referred to us. Social services, GPs, health visitors, and mainly schools. An awful lot of our parcels are going into schools because the pastoral support workers there know which families are really struggling, and so we send parcels into there. Yes, sir.
Just looking at that, thinking how would I and my family live on that for a week. Is there any protein in there?
There's meat, Yeah, there's tuna, and there's other vegetables and things, yeah.
Right, thanks.
Okay? And we do vegetarian packs as well, so that we've done certain things for them, and vegans, and halal, and you name it, we'll try and do it. Okay? The nice thing about sending them into schools is that, excuse me, those parents who need the food parcel can then pick the food parcel up like they were going shopping when they pick their children up from schools. So we deliver them into schools and the parents collect them from there. What we're finding, of course, is that those numbers are going up as well. So I say it's about 160 at the moment. However, we are getting requests from people, about 2 or 3 requests each week for people. I have in the past been asked, what is the vision or what is the aim of the charity? Where would you like to be in 5 years' time? And I'm afraid my answer is, we do not want to exist. Can we please stop living in a society which thinks it's okay for people to need food banks? Because that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah. Charities like ours should not need to exist. All I can say is thank you so much to what you have done to help us, because I can't see anything disappearing in respect of what is needed in the next 5 years. As you can see, that is a basic food parcel. If you get time to look at it, please do. It's the best we can manage. It's costing us now, doesn't sound a lot, but it's costing us now about £15 a week, a parcel to do that. And if we're doing 160 a week, we're nearly £2,500 every single week in order to be able to feed people. That's what we're doing. We raise everything through donations. Every single thing is through donations. We have actually got somebody at the moment who is trying to apply for grants, but it's all donations of either items or money, because we have overheads. We might not pay anybody, but we do have a unit, and it's costing us £2,000 a month for the rent for that unit. Yes, sir. The unit is on the West Howe Industrial Estate, so it's behind the retail park where the range is. Yeah, okay. If you want any more details about it, there are some cards there and some notices that explain the sorts of things that we do. All I can say is, and I'm sure my 10 minutes is nearly up, and I'm afraid I could talk for another half an hour. All I can say is, without people like you, we couldn't do what we do. So what you've done, I have to say, let's look at it this way, you're not helping the charity, you're helping the community. All we are is a middleman. Anything that comes to us, we do not want sitting in our unit, we want to give it away. That's the whole point of Hope for Food, is to give things to people who need them. You've enabled us to do that. And one final thing, at the moment, I don't have my glasses on. And that means that I can see you all as one group of people. And this group of people has done a wonderful thing for its community. If I put my glasses on, you're all individuals. Each individual here can do a little something. Nothing has ever been truer than Tesco's Every Little Helps. Okay? That is such a true statement these days. Every little helps. So please, if you feel that you can contribute a little bit, because if each one of you brought a tin or a packet, we'd have a couple of families who would have a food parcel. And that means the world to them, and actually will mean the world to you. Thank you.
Can I just say, if anyone is interested, I always have to try I interrupt, but please come and visit our unit. If you want to see what we're about in practice, Mary is at the unit on a Tuesday and a Thursday. It's open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Never mind, just contact me.
Please
If you want to
contact
come and
me.
see, that would be absolutely
Come see the
fine.
unit. Come see what we're about. We started 7 years ago in a garage in Alec Road. We've now built up to having a unit on the West Ham Industrial Estate. Okay?
And I just say, when Eddie and I says we, it's not us.
Oh no.
We means the charity. We're just here representing a whole group of people. All right, so please don't think it's us. We do a little bit. Every little bit helps.
Thank you so much, Mary and Eddie, for everything you do as well, and we're very pleased to be able to work.